What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. We are in Warframe. We're going to discuss the Boar Prime. I'm finally finished playing around with it, I think, enough to where I'm happy with it. So let's go over here and kind of discuss it, if you will. The Boar Prime. It is a beautiful looking weapon. Lovely, lovely. I mean, I've had it for years. I just kind of went back on it now. There's a few different ways we can do this. I played around with it for the past week. Now, I can actually, I should go 3 Forma to max out shotgun ammo mutation, which kind of is a big thing with this weapon in terms of ammo efficiency. That really sucks, but kind of hear out how I've got this. As you can see, there's a few different ways to play it and run it around and move it around. First, obviously, you want to get your stats up. That's something to consider. Then you can consider status chance, which is relatively high. You can get to 100%, I believe, with this if you do it right. I'm not sure, never tried. But probably could, right? I mean, I would venture to say if, and only if, while we're sitting here, if I can find, let's see. I mean, yeah, you could easily get it to 100% if you wanted to, yeah. Okay, but for the purpose of what we're doing, I kind of want to show you where I'm at here. So, prime point blank for me, of course, someday I'll get it all maxed up. Regular point blank's just fine. Hell's Chamber, multi-shot, of course. Then you've got other things to consider. So I went with Vicious Spread to increase my damage even more. Another 90% increase on damage. Gives me a 60% spread, but that's okay. Not a big loss here in terms of accuracy. I also use Blaze. Give me another 60% damage plus heat damage on there. Okay. And we've got Shell Shock and Toxic Barrage on here to give me corrosive. So I got a nice corrosive, I got a nice heat. However, you can mix this stuff around a bit. I was actually running radiation here with some toxin for a while, and I liked it that way as well. Just kind of FYI. You can switch those stuff around as you want. We got a 90% status chance on here. But the big thing with this weapon is the fire rate. And the amount of ammo that you consume, okay? So my end choice is critical deceleration. Give me a little critical chance increase, sure, but I lower the fire, I reduce the fire rate by 30%. The other option that I was utilizing here is all the way back at the bottom, or at the end, which was Tainted Shell, which gives me my spread back, okay, if I wanted to. So I gain my spread back, but I lose 45% fire rate, which was too much of a loss on this weapon. It felt almost like manually shooting one shot at a time, to be honest. So that's why we took the Tainted Shell off. Though don't get me wrong, I like not having any spread and having all that damage increase. So I mean that is, an upside to it, but the downside, that fire rate, the 45% fire rate, was just too much. So I went with critical deceleration. It has a little extra critical chance to it, but the main reason here is for the negative fire rate. Otherwise, I mean, we keep it real simple. It gets a nice solid impact on here. The impact proccing is a beautiful thing as well. You got some decent numbers, a little bit of slash, a little bit of puncture. Nothing insane, but there are some numbers in there. Heat corrosive, like I said, is my combo, and you can really do any kind of combo that you want. Blaze for me is just kind of a must on most shotguns because of the extra damage increase and the heat increase in here, and I do like the heat. Heat corrosive, like I said, but I was running radiation, straight up radiation, which just dominates through obviously Grenier levels. At 40s, 50s, I was just plowing through while I was leveling this thing. On Grenier, just because I was running it as radiation. And you can do whatever you really want, obviously. But that's just some options. I do like this weapon. I wouldn't say it's anything beyond level 50s, 60s is where I've played it at most as the highest. But it's definitely a fun weapon. But for me, in terms of shotguns, once you've had your hands on the Heck, or the Vacor Heck, even since I got the Vacor Heck, most other shotguns just don't come close to what the feeling I get out of using the Vacor Heck or the regular Heck, whichever way you want to look at it. Anyway, just wanted to put this out there for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Comments, questions. Again, you can move and shift things around as you please. 3-former would settle me in here just for the max shotgun mutation. But that's where I ended up. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.